Hello, it's Thursday the 1st of March 2012 and I'm Martin Smith with a daily outlook from MaxiForex. US dollar gained against most of the major currencies as the Fed gave new hints of fresh monetary stimulus and said the labour markets were showing signs of recovery and strength, hence lower prospects of QE3 are expected. The prelim GDP came out at 3% better than expected 2.8%, and at the end of the day Wall Street ended negative as the Nasdaq fell by minus 0.67% and the Dow lost minus 0.41% of its value. Crude oil closed almost unchanged at $107 a barrel, and gold, the refuge metal, was aggressively sold in response to Bernanke's words and dropped more than $100 to close at $1,695 an ounce. Today, the unemployment claims are expected at 350,000 versus 351,000 previously, and the ISM manufacturing PMI is expected at 54.60 versus 54.10 previously. And later, the Fed chairman Bernanke is expected to speak. The euro was trading at the highs at the beginning of the trading session before the ECB awarded 529.5 billion euros, a second round of three-year loans to 800 banks, increasing the European currency supply. Afterwards, it crashed against the greenback after comments from Fed Reserve Chairman Bernanke reduced speculation that the central bank will provide more monetary stimulus. Overall, the euro-dollar traded with a low of 133.13 and a high of 134.84. Today, the final manufacturing PMI is expected unchanged at 49, and the CPI flash estimate is expected unchanged at 2.60%. The British pound managed to sustain minor gains versus the dollar after earlier it spiked to the highest level since November 2011, but it was trading lower against the greenback during the American session, with the pair erasing previous gains and falling back to 159 areas. Technically, the pound dollar continues to remain bullish as long as it remains above the 158.50 support level. The pair is facing its next major resistance at 159.70. Overall, the pound dollar traded with a low of 158.97 and a high of 159.90. Today, manufacturing PMI is expected at 51.90 versus 52.10 previously. The dollar gained versus the yen as investors were looking for refuge after Federal Reserve Chairman Bernanke's speech boosted risk-aversion sentiment in the markets. Capital spending came out 7.6% better than expected, minus 6.4%. Technically, as long as the dollar-yen is above the support level of 80.80, the momentum continues to be bullish. Overall, the dollar-yen traded with a low of 80.24 and a high of 81.11. Today, Tokyo core CPI is expected unchanged at minus 0.40%. Finally, the Canadian dollar. This advanced against the greenback to a 5-month high on ECB loans to euro area banks to avert a credit crunch. The loonie managed to close positive against the US dollar, even though the greenback posted gains across the board. Breaking the next critical support of 0.9770 areas might push the pair to a new fresh low. Overall, the dollar CAD traded with a low of 0.9842 and a high of 0.9956. Today, the current account is expected at minus 9.40 billion versus minus 12.10 billion previously. Well, that's it from me. Be sure to visit us at MaxiForex.ru.